Hello and welcome to today's episode of Danvers Daily. I'm Owen Tambor, and I'm joined today by Linda P. Leonard and Bob Gamer. How are you guys doing today?
Good, thanks.
Fine. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
So, how long have you two been living in Danvers? Start off with that.
I have been a resident of Danvers since Halloween of 1980, 43 plus years.
I've lived in Danvers for 35 years, a member of town meeting and Resilient Danvers, and a former member of the Danvers Human Rights and Inclusion Committee.
Awesome. So, we cover that committee. So, tell me about why you're here today in your organization, Earth Stewards in Danvers, and some of the work that you do for that organization.
Earth Stewards was started by Valerie Nelson Billingham and I with the then pastor of Maple Street Congregational Church, Kevin Smith. We wanted to be an interfaith group, so we invited other churches, and we have members from North Shore UU and All Saints Episcopal.
Okay, awesome. So some of the work that you do, obviously it's related to the environment. So, and obviously you care greatly about the environment. So what kind of got you inspired to get into that? Is there something that kind of kicked that off at some point in your life or in Danvers specifically?
I can speak to that.
Okay, great.
My involvement began years ago on a walk through the Salem Willows. I went off the pathway, climbed down to the shoreline, and the sight took me away. The beautiful clear water, the collection of shells on the shore, the robust sediment, and I had to think, in 10, 20 years, will the children be able to see this site, or will it be despoiled by the environmental devastation? And that's how I said then and there, I've got to get involved, active in the environment, action.
Okay,
movement.
and just one more question about Earth Stewardess. So, working in Danvers and having this organization, how do people get involved, and what things can they do if they get involved?
We were an organization that really wanted people to be passionate about their specific environmental need. And we would then try to find members who could help them on their specific need. Priscilla Curta, in fact, was the point person for the bag ban because she wanted to ban single-use plastic bags within Danvers. North Shore UU was big into visiting all of our state representatives and senators and all of our federal representatives and senators, and we still do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, parlaying from your organization, for example, the bag ban kind of came from this organization and then was pushed forward in Danvers. Now, another thing happening that's going to be upcoming at this town meeting is the Styrofoam ban, which is going to be voted on in May at the town meeting at the high school. So tell me what inspired you to get the Styrofoam ban. Was it similar to the plastic bag ban? Tell me about that.
Bob and I decided that we needed to do more, that we needed to actually confront some of the serious issues. Styrofoam is an ugly plastic. It doesn't break down, and it persists in the environment forever. And if you heat it with food in it, it releases toxic chemicals.
Absolutely. Yeah. For example, in Danvers, it's going to be retail and takeaway and restaurants that will be banning Styrofoam. So tell me, you guys went around and talked to different restaurants. What was the general feedback you got from them?
Well, Linda and I went door to door during July and August.
Of last summer.
Yeah, last summer. We went to the eateries in Danvers, and we found that most don't use Styrofoam, and those that do are willing to change. Let me just give one example. We went into a popular restaurant in Danvers, and the owner that we spoke to said he was concerned that customers would complain because of leaks. So we said, well, we gave him one of these and said, try it out, we'll be back. A couple of days we went back and he said, not only is he going to change to one of these, but he's going to buy the more expensive version. So the willingness is there on the part of, generally speaking, on the part of eateries. In addition, our town manager sent out a postcard to the employers of Danvers. he got one postcard back. So again, that's a sign of willingness to change.
Well, that's fantastic. And, you know, generally, you know, some of the meetings leading up to town meeting have all been pretty favorable, generally like 100% favorable in this. So do you really have any concerns about this passing in town meeting in May? Probably not, no?
Well, we went 5 to nothing at the select board, which
Exactly.
is a good sign.
Yes.
So I would say we're pretty confident regarding how it will go at the town meeting. Linda?
Yeah, I'm always a little leery because the plastic manufacturers will robocall the town. They did before the plastic bag ban, and they said, "We're your neighbors." They were from Washington, D.C. They were hardly neighbors. And they said, banning plastic bags is bad for Danvers and you shouldn't do it. And they robocalled the entire town. And so Bob and I quickly got together with some other members of Stewards, and we photocopied fact sheets that we passed out to town meeting members, and it passed. Fortunately, it passed in 2018, went into effect in 2019. This addition to the bag ban adds styrofoam as another carcinogenic, ugly material to ban within the town.
Yes, styrene is one of the chemicals in styrofoam is a carcinogen. It causes cancer when heated.
Yeah, and if you want to see more about this as well, you can visit the Danvers Town website. It will have a lot of the information on other warrant articles, this warrant article, and so much more. So lastly, just to finish up, is there anything else in the near future in Danvers? Obviously, this is a big thing, the styrofoam ban that's happening, and definitely took a lot of work from you guys and other people's parts. But is there anything else that you have concerns about in Danvers, or just in general an environmental concern that you want to talk about really quickly?
I would like to see all plastic banned, and the former Director of Public Health, Peter Morandi, agreed with that, but we knew that that would not pass. So it's going to take some time. The other thing is Danvers really ought to compost. Compostable material, it will lower our waste stream dramatically. It will lower what gets burned. It will lower what gets buried. And it turns it into useful material.
Yeah, I just want to say that, you know, I consider myself a normal, everyday person. But that's the point. You know, normal, everyday people like Linda and I were able to, and Priscilla, were able to ban single-use plastic bags. We look forward to banning styrofoam. You know, the good Lord made this such a gorgeous earth. It's up to me and you to keep it that way.
Yeah.
And I want to.
Oh, yes, for sure. So I think that's everything for us today. Do you guys have anything else just to finish up, or is that you guys feel pretty good about the styrofoam ban and pretty good about this episode so far?
We do. We did bring some props. I brought a compostable package that's slightly lined. It has segments in it so you can put more than one type of food and it doesn't interact with the other food. And we also have a compostable that's not segmented, that's just open.
So there will be options when when you get takeout in the future. So
there are, and we got this from one of the eateries in Danvers that gave it to us to show around. And this one I got when I bought a meal at North Shore Mall.
Awesome. I think that's pretty much everything for me, and I look forward to hearing more about Earth Stewardists, and thank you guys so much for joining me as well.
Well, thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you for giving us this opportunity to come before you and to air our case.
Yes.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you so much.
Okay.